If any game of football in the A-League men's competition this weekend deserves the tag match of the round, it is this one. Two informed teams, two free-scoring teams, two teams who love to entertain, two teams with genuine designs on a top four place. Not many pre-season pundits would have predicted that at the midway point of the season, a clash between two of the less fashionable clubs in the competition would have so much riding on it and so much to like about it. But here we are. Welcome to a sun-soaked Sunday afternoon at Sky Stadium in Wellington for round 13 action in the Isuzu UTE A-League men's. The Wellington Phoenix playing host to the Central Coast Mariners. The weather has played its part also. Phoenix and Mariners with their mascots. Clayton Lewis deep in conversation with his. Costa Barbarouses with his two daughters for company as he comes out today. Wonderful stuff. Costa Barbarouses loving being home. His family love having him home. Speaking of Costa Barbarouses, he has played against the Mariners 30 times and lost just 3 of them. He leads the line with Oscar Zavada today. One change for Wellington. Wojciech Krajew returns from suspension in place of Jan Saas, who drops down to the bench. Defender Scott Wootton will miss at least this game and next weekend with a calf niggle. So Joshua Laws is alongside Tim Payne in central defence. One enforced change for the Mariners, and it's a big one. Jason Cummings has not travelled. Illness has kept him out. Michael Roos comes in his place up top. Danny Vukovic leads the Mariners against the team he played a season for and the team he scored a memorable goal for on this very patch of grass. Standing out in the Mariners reserves, number 31, Christian Theohoris. Chance for a club debut for him today after he made the move from Western United during this recent transfer window. Oscar Zavada has well and truly found his groove in Wellington. After not scoring in his first 5 games for the Phoenix, the Polish striker now has 5 this season, including 4 in his last 5 outings. The winning strikes in the 1-0 away victories over Sydney FC and Brisbane Roar over the last fortnight. Nick Montgomery was A-League Manager of the Month in December. He's guided the Mariners to 3 straight wins, 5 in the last 6, second on the table. Very popular around the central coast of New South Wales as a player and now as their boss. Underway in Wellington. Dead even historically between these two. 18 wins apiece and 8 draws in their previous 44 matches. Mariners on a 3-game winning run. 5 of their last 6 they've won to jump to second on the table. What a season they're having. Wellington going along okay as well, though. Just 1 loss in their last 6. And consecutive 1-0 victories to climb to 4th on the A-League ladder with designs of an even higher position. Phoenix wearing their yellow and black today. It's been a point of discussion, the wearing of the yellow or the blue strip this season. But it is yellow and black today for Wellington. Mariners in their blue strip, attacking the southern end of Sky Stadium. That is the goal to our right. Phoenix heading towards the northern end. That is the left of your screen. Early chance for Callan Elliott to get involved. Falls to Costa Barbarouses off the crossbar inside the first 70 seconds from Costa. Well, no sooner had he farewelled his 2 little girls, he smashed one against the crossbar and almost opened the scoring early.
Well, the danger recently has come down this right-hand side. Callan Elliott has been getting forward for fun. This time finds Costa Barbarouses. And he finds the crossbar, an early warning for the Central Coast Mariners.
Just the 1 goal so far this season for Costa Barbarouses. Shove there on David Ball's going to lead to a free kick for Wellington, so they've certainly come out of the gates the strongest. Samuel Silvera, the culprit.
And Silvera got caught on the ball there. Alex Rufus steps out of midfield, applies the pressure, and joined by David Ball. Ends up being a free kick in a dangerous position for the Wellington Phoenix.
Clayton Lewis will like the look of this. Danny Vukovic will be well aware of his set-piece ability. Oscar Zavada doesn't mind it either, so it'll be Zavada on the right foot, Lewis on the left. 5-man wall forms for the Mariners. Casey Rybelt just making sure they're the requisite distance back.
It's the cultured foot against the hot foot. Oscar Zavada provided an important contribution for the Phoenix over the last 2 weeks. Can he add to that here?
Which is it to be? It is Zavada, just radar off slightly. Oscar Zavada in a rich vein of form, 4 in his last 5. Confidence no doubt flowing. Nice ball from Lewis to Zavada. Moragas is on a run and gets away from Trientis into the area. Was he brought down? It's a penalty for Wellington.
Also came from the build-up play. The Knicks circumnavigated the Mariners' right-hand side. Storm Rue looking to cover Trientis. Dives in. Moragas gets there quickly. And it looks like there's a touch that'll take the Wellington Phoenix to the penalty spot.
VAR may look at where the foul occurred. Well, it's right on the edge, isn't it? It's really hard to tell whether that's inside or outside. It looks outside, doesn't it? Sean Evans is in the VAR box. Is this going to be overturned? Are they looking for something else here? Offside, perhaps?
I'm not sure why we're looking at the offside.
Well, they're not
Casey
able to...
Rybel is moving the play forward. And this, to me, Jason, speaks to a much wider issue, which is we need to hear from the refereeing team while they make the decision.
Not exactly sure what she is saying there. I think she might be saying outside it's a free kick as Wellington come across to protest.
I don't think there's any question about this being upgraded from a yellow card to a red card. The angle didn't favour the Wellington Phoenix and they were covering defenders, so it must just be the correction to a free kick.
Yeah, you're right, they could have been looking at that. You're right, the upgrade, but certainly the penalty felt like it was outside. And as you say, if there are multiple things being looked at, then the crowd, you at home, need to know that.
And if you're wondering what we were talking about, so were we. We were trying to guess what was going on. And that puts us in a really complicated situation. We're trying to understand from the pictures what the refereeing team is looking at. Our broadcast doesn't always get the full picture. Much rather hear from the referees, from their decision-making process, the communication between the team, because they'll officiate as a team, and then Casey Rybel will make the ultimate decision.
All right, so the upshot of it all, about 5 minutes after the foul happened, there's a free kick to be taken by Barbarouses. No, Lewis towards the far post. Roof is there. Scrambled away by the Mariners. Is that Alex Rufer down there as he climbed high to head the ball back across goal? Maybe took some contact.
I think this might be the way in which he lands. Got up there nice and high, comes down on that right hip. Really uncomfortable one. Rufer only eyes for the ball. And Jacob Farrell does well to marshal him so he doesn't get clean contact.
Barbarouses. Here comes Callan Elliott. Instead it's David Ball. Only Zavada in the area. Another corner coming the way of Wellington.
Well, we've touched on his dynamic defending. And we're seeing examples of it time and again from Brian Kaltak. Being left by himself down this left-hand side. Jacob Farrell's getting caught high, which means that the Phoenix are playing into the spaces behind him, and Brian Kaltak is having to recover and contain, particularly David Ball as he makes those runs from deep.
Short corner this time from Wellington. Lewis with a slightly different angle to work with. Drifts it in. Laws with a header and tucked into the back of the net. A footballing miracle has happened. Alex Rufer has scored an A-League goal.
Rufer's return is complete, ladies and gentlemen. It's the delivery of prophecy. Alex Rufer has popped up with an A-League goal. Wonderful delivery in from Clayton Lewis, stands it up to the back post. Josh Lewis back across goal, and Alex Rufer, the man to tap it in.
It is his 107th A-League game. He's never scored. He has now. Look at him go. Well, his uncle used to score for fun. Alex, not so much, but you've got to feel happy for the kid. Clever play again from Josh Laws. He quickly retreats to centre back and lets the attackers do the work. Barbarouses frees up Callan Elliott. Here's Zavada! 5 and 6 for the pole. The Phoenix, true to the good. Delivery excellent. Finish exquisite. 2-0 to Wellington.
Well, the route to goal has become increasingly regular. Costa Barbarousse slips in that danger man, Callan Elliott, and he finds the pole to make it 3 in a row. Loving his life in the capital, Oscar Zavada. And then watch the reaction from Danny Vukovic here. He's off to Casey Rybout. He's asking for that free kick that wasn't given up the other end of the field. The one that saved Ollie Sale and Clayton Lewis.
Here's David Ball. Towards the far post, doesn't reach it. Triantis gets it away. Roof is there, he's going to shoot! Goodness me. Scores a goal and all of a sudden he thinks he's Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, he's playing that one very cool. This would have been spectacular. The first one was a tap, and this one not too far away, and Danny Vukovic rooted to the spot.
Silvera again. Was he fouled that time? No, says the referee. They bring it away. Ball runs straight into Josh Nisbet, who was waiting for him. Here is Nisbet. Will he set up a shot? No, the shot comes from Roos instead. Here comes Roo, and behind by Moragas. So the initial save came from Michael Roos. It rebounded to Roo. The upshot of it all is a goal kick.
Well, complacency from the Wellington Phoenix, who simply are waiting for the half-time whistle. Roos gets that shot down to Ollie Sale's left. Not entirely convincing, but he gets it away from the danger. Allows Lucas Moragas to make sure Storm Roux doesn't get clean contact on the ball.
And they may end with Vukovic on the ball. Casey Rybout brings an utterly intriguing first half to a close. A willing battle between two teams who love to entertain. Alex Rufer with his first A-League men's goal. Oscar Zavada with his 6th of this season. And at halftime here in the nation's capital, the Phoenix 2-0 ahead of the Central Coast Mariners.
And Nick Montgomery was taking class at halftime. He had the pupils sat down, and everyone was taking notes because it was a rather toothless first half. You can see him there. Let's go. Let's get up. We haven't arrived yet, gents, and he's going to make a double substitution. It looks like not happy with what he's seen in that first half, Nick Montgomery.
Yeah, Thomas Aquilina and Max Ballard, by the looks of it, are both going to be introduced.
I think Jacob Farrell can consider himself very lucky. He's not the fullback being sacrificed. It is Storm Roux from the look of things.
Yep, so Max Ballard on for Storm Roux. And Aquilina is in for Harrison Steele.
So like-for-like changes for the Central Coast Mariners. Aquilina's going to slot in it right back in Storm Roux's absence.
Yeah, and Ballard into central midfield with Josh Nisbet, second half underway. And that hits the head of David Ball from the towering header from Oscar Zavada. Wellington now attacking the goal to our right. They're in the yellow and black today. The Mariners all in their navy blue. A bit of work to do, but as we've said, they're the masters of the second half goal rush. They'll need it. First touch for Max Ballard in his 3rd season at the Mariners. Aquilina already nice and high. See him top of screen there. To the action now, Thomas Aquilina. Last couple of years at Western Sydney before making the move. Age group international for Australia. And a milestone too, Thomas Aquilina, his 50th A-League appearance today. So a nice little milestone for the Mariners sub. Here he is on the ball now. Looking to combine early in the second half and has done pretty well, Aquilina. Cryer has got back though and gets his body in good position and hacks it away. Nisbet lets it run for Farrell. Jacob Farrell with the shot. Already a couple of goals this A-League men's season for Jacob Farrell.
Venturing forward this time. Gets that ball onto the dangerous left foot. Unleashes, but high and wide of Ollie Sale's goal. Clearly, they've received instructions that the first half was not good enough and they were nowhere near patient enough on the ball. Looking to move it side to side, try and expose some gaps in the Wellington Phoenix's two defensive four-man units.
Krolyev helps it forward towards Barbarousis. Brings it down brilliantly, and the shot across goal. Costa Barbarousis has been busy. Very busy indeed.
It's going to say lovely touch, but it rather comes off the shin of Costa Barbarousis. Flashes that one across Danny Vukovic's goal.
Lovely reverse pass by Elliott. Here's ball. And Farrell brings it away. What a pass from Callan Elliott.
Thought the moment had gone, but he got that perfectly weighted. Stood up for David Ball, who couldn't get past Jacob Farrell. I don't think this Wellington Phoenix side will mind a more adventurous Central Coast Mariners team. We've got a lot of work rate in ball. Barbarousis.
Through to Zavada. Sliding tackle by Caltac. And flag up against Zavada. In any case, free kick going the way of the Mariners.
Lovely feat from Costa Barbarousis. Been in the key moments for the Wellington Phoenix in the early stages of the second half. Just saying that if the Central Coast Mariners are more adventurous in possession, it'll allow the Phoenix more space to counter-attack into, and Costa Barbarousis, David Ball and Božidar Krolyev have the engine to break from deep.
Silvera into Nkalolo. Flag stayed down. And Benny Nkalolo unable to direct his header on target.
Sammy Silvera, we know he's a route to goal. We know he loves to come up.
That long weekend in Wellington, anniversary day tomorrow, so no need to go home early if you don't want to. Callan Elliott is told by his teammates not to foul Sam Silvera. Silvera, easier said than done, and he does foul him. In a dangerous position for the Mariners.
Sam Silvera, his footwork and his movement, his confidence on the ball, all for everyone to view there. I feel like we've been on repeat in the number of times that he's got into this left-hand pocket, got onto his right foot and driven towards goal.
They are going to make the changes. And it will be a Mariners debut for Christian Theohoris. And Daniel Hall is also into the action. And as you suggested, Jacob, it is Jacob Farrell who makes way. So Nick Montgomery rolling the dice. Dangerous free kick situation here for the Mariners. Marco Tullio is on duty. Well, he fancy a shot. He might, you know. Marco Tullio, no, drifts it in, and the glancing header from the just arrived Daniel Hall. What an impact that would have been.
Nico Triantis at that back post, looking to ghost in.
And we might see some more changes for Wellington. Here's Theohoris looking to make an instant impact. And does. And goes towards the near post, and Ollie Sale beaten. And into the crossbar and smashed. I'm not sure whether he's shooting, but goodness gracious me, inches away from opening the scoring on his debut for the Mariners.
That was very much a strike towards goal, wasn't it, Jason?
Here he comes again, Theohoris. Tullio into Laws. And they come again, the Mariners. Ollie Sale is out and palms it away. The on-rushing Ballard. Very industrial and yet fair challenge, I think, from Daniel Hall. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. He just went through. And David Ball's on the receiving end.
Still down on his haunches, David Ball. Just needs a moment, not asking for treatment. Not much to complain about. Strong, powerful tackle from Triantis.
The Phoenix lead in Wellington. That is the signal for the time-honoured tradition of shirts off. We'll get to that in a second. Here is Silvera, squares it back, and surely for the Mariners. Blocked on the line. Stephen Ugarkovic didn't use a hand and denied Theo Horace a foothold for the Mariners in this game.
Well, let's have a look. Aquilina charges forward. Silvera cuts it back. Elliott had gone too far. I'm sure they have a look at that one, but it looked to me like the hand or the arm was down on the side from Ugarkovic.
Good control from Theo Horace, but he's in a tight area over there. Ball taken off him by Barbarousis. Ugarkovic. Every time Wellington get the chance, they're just banging it forward, soaking up vital seconds.
There's not much now in terms of forward progress from the Wellington Phoenix team.
Here it is, a chance for the Mariners, surely, and they have scored. Benny and Kalolo has thrown them a lifeline and added time here. As the ball fell in the 6-yard area, it wasn't cleared, and Benny and Kalolo snatches one back for the Mariners.
There's no pressure on that ball into the box, and Benny and Kalolo plays a rather large 1-2 with Paul Ayongo. Gets up well, across the goal. Back it comes for Ayongo, and then by himself in front of Oli Sal, and Benny and Kalolo doesn't miss.
Celtic! Straight at Oli Sale.
Well, Danny Vukovic has got 70 yards to make up. He is going for it.
They're telling Oli Sale to shoot. There it is. Maybe, just maybe, Ufuk Tale's Phoenix are the real deal. And there's a scrap afterwards too. Well, Danny Vukovic doesn't want a bar of it. He's the only one who doesn't. He's 120 metres away. The final whistle goes. 3 straight wins for the Wellington Phoenix. For the meantime, anyway, they're up to 3rd on the table. They were made to work for it, but what a result. Goal scorers, Alex Rufer, incredibly. Oscar Zavada, inevitably. Benny and Kalolo, menacingly. There's your final score at the end of a thrilling afternoon. The Wellington Phoenix 2. The Central Coast Mariners 1.